What was one of the wildest second halves you will ever see? A 14-point lead erased. Houston on top, onto the national championship, 70-67. Look, I don't know how to explain that. I'm just the host. I'm going to ask a lot of smarter people than me how the heck that just happened. Duke goes down. Cooper Flagg onto the NBA draft. We're on to reaction next.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Perhaps you fell asleep on the couch or wherever you are, and you said, oh, Duke's going to win this game. Wake up! They didn't. Wait, what? Chip Patterson? Duke didn't win this game up 14 with 8 minutes to play? What in the Sam bleep just happened in Santa? What just happened?
What you saw right here is a Houston Cougars team, nay, a Houston Cougars program that has been building to this point, one that had revenge on the mind after losing 54-51 to this same Duke team 1 year ago with their All-American guard going down with an ankle injury. And while some of the bodies inside those jerseys have changed out, the jerseys have not changed. And what we saw is the more experienced team out-execute execute the team that was put together this year, because no team in this Final Four had more minutes continuity from last season to this season than Houston. And when things got frantic, when things got frenetic, Houston beat Duke in the final sequences. Just massive, massive credit to Kelvin Sampson, to this coaching staff, to the leadership of this Houston Cougars team. They stayed calm, cool, collected, and they came up with the winning plays.
Juwan Roberts hits both free throws, 68-67. Timeout. We need a play. We need a bucket. We need something. Cooper Flagg, projected #1 pick in the NBA draft. Comes up short. The shot disrupted by Juwan Roberts. Houston gets the rebound, goes to the free throw line. L.J. Cryer makes a pair, and Houston pulls off the upset, 70-67. They were not favored in this game. They were not supposed to win this game, down 14 with 8 minutes to play. Inbound, batted around. Tyrese Proctor throws up a prayer, and it is not answered. Instead, the team from 3 hours away in Houston is playing for the national championship Monday night in San Antonio. What a game. Yeah, like if you took a nap and you're just waking up, we're hitting the midnight hour here on the East Coast, and you're like, wait, what? What?
Juwan Roberts said no. Juwan Roberts said no. 61% free throw shooter, knocked down both of them. He played defense on Cooper Flagg. He had a double-double, 5 assists, a steal and a block. He wasn't going home.
L.J. Cryer, huge, 26 points. Houston going to play for a national championship, chasing their first national title in school history. This Final Four recap is presented by Belfort Property Restoration. Welcome in the legendary Bill Raftery. What a game that was, Bill. What just happened? What did we just see from Houston?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Inability to handle the press was one of the major dilemmas for Duke. They weren't solid against it, and coughed it up, gave opportunities. Because Cryer and Sharp making threes and shooting the ball well, but Juwan Roberts is just something special. I mean, his numbers, 11 and 12, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, this relentless pursuit. You mentioned his contest on the final shot there for Flagg. Just incredible what he brings to the floor, and I think it manifests itself with the overall attitude that this Houston team has. You know, Kelvin talks about them as family. They believe in themselves. They don't listen to all the whispers outside the program. They just go and do it every single year. It's just incredible, and a testament to him and their belief in him.
Yeah, when he came here to Houston, he was not a guy that was playing hard. And Kelvin said, you got to play harder. You got to play tougher. And he has answered that bell in Juwan Roberts, a huge reason why they won this game. Also, L.J. Cryer. Bill, L.J. Cryer kept them in this game as you saw it play out. You look at the end of game sequence. Did that come down to the inexperience of Duke?
You know, what's interesting, Grant had talked about this all week or the last couple of weeks, being in tough games. They weren't in a lot of tough games all year. In the Big 12, Houston was in a lot of tough games. They're older. They're experienced. There's a toughness, a physicality that present, a relentlessness that they give you each and every moment they're on the basketball floor. So not being prepped properly, maybe in terms of cutting, screening, catching the ball, all those things hurt Duke coming down the stretch to a team that just never gives up.
Houston with an epic comeback, chasing their first national championship in school history. They're 3 hours away from their campus, looking to win it for Kelvin Sampson, looking to win it for that program, now facing Florida on Monday night. How do these two teams stack up when you see them going down when they tip off Monday night on CBS?
I'm just about getting over this one, you know. I haven't even given any thought to Florida. You know, Florida's a different style. They might be prettier looking in the sense that the offense, they make some threes, a lot of bigs can come out and perform, but they're going to have to guard, because if they don't match the toughness and the aggressive play of Houston, it's going to be a tough night. But they're a good, solid basketball team, and And again, Houston close to home. This place will be rocking, so they're going to have to overcome that as well.
Looking forward to the game. Looking forward to the call on CBS. Bill Raftery on the call Monday night for the national championship there in San Antonio. Bill, thanks for spending a couple minutes here on HQ with us.
Thanks a lot, Akeem. Have a good night.
Bill Raftery, the legend, putting it in perspective for us. That game was bonkers. I mean, that was it. It was bonkers. Houston, we have a national championship game appearance. Look at the Final Fours here. 6 Final Fours, and they have never won a national championship. And that's been the big issue here. The most Final Fours without a national championship. And now Houston has a chance to change that on Monday night, facing Florida, 3 hours away from their campus. This is going to be incredible. All right, back here in studio with Chip Patterson, and I want to point something out here because to me this is one of the biggest factors that we have talked about. Houston has held all 5 of its NCAA tournament opponents below 10 points their scoring average. Duke averaged 83 points per game this season. They scored 67 in this game. They locked down late. They got some fortuitous calls, perhaps, if you will, on Flagg, on that foul on Flagg that was called, and he was looking around. But this defense of Houston, that's what mattered in the end, Chip.
This is it. 1 made field goal, the final 10:30.
It's called lockdown defense.
I mean, this is 8 points. When it was winning time, just 8 points. Just 1 made field goal. When the money was on the table, when the chance was there for Duke, the favorite to win the national championship on Selection Sunday and still the favorite all the way until tip-off today. But they are now out of this tournament because of their inability to convert, because of their inability to break the press, because of their inability to come up with more winning plays than Houston. Because some of it was, Cryer, Sharp coming up with these threes. It is Jawan Roberts getting it done on both ends of the floor. And just to think that the team that lost it with bad clutch time execution against Clemson, lost games early because of the inability to convert in those crunch time scenarios. I don't think it was I think Duke in any other conference would have had as many dominant wins, but there is something to be said for the fact that this Duke team did not get put in this position, and you just can't rep these kind of scenarios where everyone's standing on their feet, the place is going crazy, and everyone knows exactly what we are going to do and how we are going to execute. And Duke just didn't have it. And they didn't have it for the 10 biggest minutes of the season, and now it means their season is over.
I thought it was over. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought this game was over at about the 8-minute mark. I said, I don't know. I don't know. The way Cooper Flagg was playing, the way that they were making it look easy, I was like, I think this is over. And the beautiful thing about sports is it's not over until it's over. I know it's cliche, but that's why we love the reality. We love what happens in the moment. And Duke, one of its last 9, ain't gonna win it. Don't remember the Alamo. Yeah, this will go down as not only a learning moment for John Shire, because it's not supposed to be this easy. Chip, it's not supposed to be in your 3rd season you're leading Duke to a national championship, and it wasn't easy, as you saw down the stretch.
They didn't get tested much in this tournament.
No.
They didn't get tested a lot during the regular season, and now for Cooper Flagg, I mean, there's another universe somewhere where that shot goes in. And Cooper Flagg then takes off with, all of the great legends that have hit game winners in the Final Four. And everything that's going to be great in his pro career would come back to this amazing night in San Antonio. But, fans wanted more upsets. They wanted more Cinderellas. Well, the NCAA tournament is not written by script writers. This is not for narratives. This is competition. And Houston showed up for competition. They didn't show up for narratives. They didn't show up for a storybook ending for the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And so credit the Houston Cougars for making Duke earn it. Because when you thought it was over, we knew that all they had to do was hang around.
Yep.
All they had to do was just keep pushing, stay in this game. And now we get to stick with, as they win their 18th straight game, the nation's longest winning streak, they still have yet to be defeated in regulation since when?
November. Against Auburn. The 4 of their losses, 3 of them coming in overtime. We almost got overtime here, but it was winning time for Houston. And Houston, we have a national championship game appearance. This just in. 3rd national title game appearance, lost the previous 2 in '83 against NC State, Jim Valvano, 1984 against Georgetown. Kelvin Sampson, 69 years young, would be the oldest head coach to win a national title all time if he can get it done Monday night. That was a lot of effort to come all the way back. You could sit here and go, I don't know if they have it in them. What they did against Duke, can they do that? Can they hang with Florida? Well, I will tell you this, again, all 5 opponents they have faced, they held them 10 points below their season average. Why can't they do that to Florida? They can. We're about to find out Monday night. Much more ahead here on CBS Sports HQ. Back out to San Antonio. Our crew watching it courtside, their perspective coming up here on CBS Sports HQ. Houston, on to the Natty.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Houston with an epic comeback. Down by as many as 14 with 8 to play. They go on a 9-0 run over the final 33 seconds of the game. Rally to beat Duke 70-67. I am in shock. Duke is in shock. Fans of Houston also in shock. They are playing for the Natty Monday night. Back out to San Antonio, this Final Four recap presented by Belfort Property Restoration. We welcome in a cavalcade of stars, Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, and Tim Doyle. And Hunter, look, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but I'm going to bring up bad memories. You know all too well what it's like to see Houston come back and win a game like that. What the heck just happened?
Hakeem, that was some major PTSD right there. I'm not going to lie. When Cooper Flagg hit that three in the corner, I thought the game was over. And then when it came to, them trying to get the ball inbounds, I looked at Avery. I said, Avery, this is going to be the hardest inbounds of their career. Yeah. And it sure was. I mean, JoJo Tugler on the ball is I think, the best defender in the country. And so when you got that and then you got some scrappy defenders and great three-point shooters, I mean, Houston just makes big-time plays. I mean, Emmanuel Sharp hit a big three. JoJo Tugler gets the putback dunk. Unfortunately, Tyrese Proctor missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and then, a sketchy foul by Cooper Flagg. It could be a controversial foul, but, I mean, that's why Kelvin Sampson and his crew, they went 19-1 this year. They won the league last year. They're just an old team that finds ways to win, and, they've done it all year, and they just did it in the biggest game of their careers.
We've heard it before. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. When you look at this Houston team, they're so good defensively. They were extraordinary defensively in the second half. And, when you look at Houston, Cryer and Sharp, they were 9 for 16 combined from three. Cooper Flagg had an outstanding game. I just think at this stage of his career, he's just not the same type of a closer as my guy Walter Clayton Jr. Great defense by Houston on that play. Houston finished his game on a 9-0 run. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they did a magnificent job eliminating Tyrese Proctor from this game. He's not here. He didn't really show up. They defended him extremely well from behind the three-point line. And this game got to a crawl to the Houston Cougars pace, Tim. And that's why they're moving on to the national championship game on Monday night.
These were two games that showed it's 40 minutes. Right, the first game, it was all Auburn in the first half. They dominated for 20 minutes. And then in this game, Duke dominated for 32 minutes. But only 3 Duke players made field goals in the second half. James had a few. Knippel slowed down, but he had 1. But it was all Cooper Flagg. And the wheels just completely fell off. I mean, this is an embarrassing loss for Duke. There's no other way to say it. Like, unacceptable. I mean, this is basic stuff. They couldn't box out. They gave up 18 offensive rebounds, including some key rebounds down the stretch on second chance opportunities. They couldn't inbound the ball. I mean, this is basic basketball. 1-on-1, and then Proctor went to the free throw line and missed free throws. So, Cooper had a sensational freshman year. It would have been awesome to see him on Monday night. They didn't deserve to play. They don't deserve to win this game. And they just completely fell apart. Their inexperience showed, and their lack of playing, Hakeem, in close, competitive games all season long for Duke caught up to them on the biggest stage in San Antonio.
I want to add, Duke, 1 made field goal in the last 10:31 of the game. I mean, you can't go on stretches like that. They were up 14 with 8 minutes left, But again, I've been there. I know what it's like.
Hunter, the lack of inexperience is a big storyline because Duke wasn't in a lot of close games. Duke didn't play a lot of tough games. Their last loss was to Clemson. And playing in the Big 12, how that prepares you for the NCAA tournament, how Houston is prepared. It's not to say that John Shire didn't prepare his players, but a Kelvin Sampson coach team. The grind that it is in the Big 12.
Absolutely. I mean, Tim alluded to it. Duke I don't want to knock the ACC, but them playing Stanford and Cal didn't really help them. I mean,
ouch! You just knocked the ACC.
I mean, but you know,
had you named specific schools, that was amazing that you just did that.
Well, I mean, the ACC was not good this year. I'll be honest, it was not good. I mean, Duke ran away with it. I mean, they were a really good team, but they ran away with it. I mean, Houston, they've been in close games. You know, they played obviously us twice, really close. Went to at UCF. I mean, it was a 2-point game, or 1-point game actually, down 1 with like 3 seconds left. Juwan Roberts hits a shot to win the game. They've had multiple close calls where, you know, they had to battle through adversity, and things like that in the Big 12 happen. When you play teams in the ACC and just beat it by 20 every night, you don't get that experience, especially with a young team. But when you got a really old team that's been through the battles, that's why they say experience is so important.
I totally agree with you, Hunter. When you talk about going on the road and you got to play at Iowa State, you know, Brigham Young had an extremely good team this year and a great season. Those are some tough places to play, and I think that experience in close games was magnified tonight with the University of Houston Cougars, and they knew how to handle adversity. They never got rattled.
Yeah, that's right.
You can even see with Coach Kelvin Sampson, it was always a flatline approach.
2 things I want to add. I thought the foul on Cooper Flagg on a rebound was awful. I'm sorry. Even if it was a foul, you don't make that call there, especially in a 1-possession game. He didn't gain possession of the ball. The ref needs to swallow his whistle there. All right, so I think we all agree that we didn't love that call. But Juwan Roberts went to the free throw line. He shoots 58%, guys. And the difference in this game is he went to the line and banged down 2. And Tyrese Proctor, who made 13 3-pointers the first 2 games of the NCAA Tournament, 0 in this game. He went to the free throw line and missed free throws. So Texas Tech right now is home because they missed free throws. And Duke right now, their season is over. Proctor didn't go to the line and make a front end of a 1-on-1. But I will say this, Hakeem. I thought the call on Cooper going over the back, you can't make that call. It was an awful call. The referee needed to swallow his whistle.
But when you put yourself in that position, you can't inbound the basketball against a press.
Totally.
And you make mistakes. Right. Then you bring officiating into it. And Houston deserved to win, whether that was a good or bad call. Houston deserved to be the final.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'll say it with you. I'll say their names. This was a poorly officiated game by Keith Kimball, James Breeding, and Doug Shows. Because for most of that second half, it was the Cougars against Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, Kaman Malawach, Keith Kimball, James Breeding, and Doug Shows. That's what it was. And Avery, you saw Kelvin Sampson pleading for looks at the replay monitor, at fouls that were not called. You saw him work in that sideline, and finally, it's cliche as it goes, ball don't lie, Avery.
The ball didn't lie, and you got to give Coach Kelvin Sampson credit. He's a veteran coach, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take a little bit of the shine off the officials because that's going to be somewhat of an injustice to how Houston finished this game. And remember what we talked about, Hakeem. I went with the Joes instead of the pros. Because in this situation, it's all about toughness and experience. Houston out-rebounded Duke by 11. That means something in this game. Duke, who scored 80 and 90 points all year long, scored 67 points with the pros. So give me the Joes any day of the week and twice on Monday.
Yeah, I think in this game, I mean, you know, you can blame the officials, but like we said, I mean, Tyrese Proctor had a chance to go up 3, and unfortunately, you know, that's why you have to play the game. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1, had a bad, you know, call, but that's sports. I mean, you got to take advantages of when they're given to you, and I mean, we can talk about the bad call, but if Tyrese Proctor hit those 2 free throws, Cooper Flagg's never in that position to foul him, or lack thereof a foul.
Yeah, last thing I'll add, Hakeem, Houston would have lost this game by 25 if L.J. Cryer didn't go off.
Yep.
I mean, he made some
big boy
amazing buckets. Threes. He made some huge shots. By the way, they were down 14, and Cryer had all of the important baskets. What about if he didn't make those shots? They would have dug themselves too deep of a hole. An amazing win, really an unforgettable game. I'll never forget where I was when Cooper Flagg blew a 14-point lead with 18 minutes left in the national semifinals.
Well, Avery, as you know, and we know, L.J. Cryer helped Baylor win a national championship 4 years ago. LJ Cryer has that experience. He's got that dog in him, and he helps Houston get back to the national championship here. Time now for our Belfour player of the game. Hunter, who you got? Your Belfour player of the game is who?
I got to go with, what Tim Doyle just said. I mean, LJ Cryer kept them in the game. I mean, you see Sharp hit a really big three. Tugler had a really big offensive rebound. Roberts hit the game-winning free throws. But, like Tim said, they're not in this game without LJ Cryer staying the boat, keeping it afloat, and then, the Cougars just overwhelming Duke with their defensive pressure.
Yeah, especially in the first half, Cryer wasn't getting any help from his backcourt mate. He was in foul trouble, so he was holding off Duke when they were on their runs. He was making big shots, tough shots, even against Cooper Flagg in certain situations. So, yes, LJ Cryer is my player of the game.
Yeah, and I think he's the right answer, so I'll probably just add in another guy that they wouldn't have won this game without Juwan Roberts. And, double-digit rebounds, double-digit points, guarded Cooper Flagg in key moments of the game. But the thing that impressed me most is went to the line, banged down 2 free throws. I turned to someone who was sitting next to me when Proctor was shooting, and I said, as a player, you're not nervous in this moment. You worked your whole entire life to be in this moment. This is what you want to be in. He missed the front end. Juwan Roberts made his free throws. Avery, when you made that shot against the Knicks, before you got the ball, you were ready to shoot that ball, right? Do you remember?
I was ready. 18 feet in the left corner, I was ready. But you brought it up earlier. It's not about your free throw percentage when you're in that situation.
That's right.
It's just about making those shots. And it was a 1-and-1. So we didn't know what was going to happen with Juwan Roberts.
And then we forget that on the other end, he was the one that guarded Cooper Flagg at the end of the game and forced the miss for them to really seal the deal. So, I mean, he had his big impact on this game, footprint all over this game.
LJ Cryer pumping in 26 points, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. Kelvin Sampson, 69 years young, 799 career wins. One more, a milestone for him and a milestone, a moment for the University of Houston chasing their first national championship. They'll play for it Monday night. Our crew are there. Our crew's there all the way through Monday night. Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, Tim Doyle, our guys getting you set for the national championship Monday night. Game going to tip off 8:49 p.m. Eastern time on Monday night on CBS, also streaming live on Paramount Plus. Of course, we'll have full highlights and reaction right here on CBS Sports HQ. Coming up, Kelvin Sampson stepped to the podium in San Antonio. He will be coaching for a national title on Monday night. We'll hear from him next. You're watching CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season, now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfort Property Restoration, Duke made one of its final 9 field goals. They needed one more to send it to overtime. Instead, winning time for Houston on to the national championship Monday night. The Cougars at the podium in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's an awesome win for my kids. I mean, obviously, we have great respect for Duke and their team, their tradition, what Coach K and Duke has meant to this game for so long. So, you know, I said the same thing after we beat Gonzaga. You know, you're not just beating a good team, you're beating an unbelievable program. But, you know, I knew that Duke's defense was going to give us some problems because of their length. And we spent a lot of time matchup hunting in the second half, trying to get the right matchup. The guy, by the way, that's a down and back for the old ball coach. I would not put up with that. I can't believe I have this in my pocket. Sorry about that.
You're okay, Coach.
When they got up to 14, you know, that's where we had a couple things go right for us. Emmanuel hit a 3. We got an offensive rebound. They missed a couple tough ones. But, you know, we held them to 37% the second half. You know, and we held that team to 67 points. So that was a tempo we could live with. We could not win this game in the 80s. We couldn't score 80. But I felt like we could win the game in the high 60s or low 70s. I felt that way going in. We have to depend on unscripted points a lot of nights. You know, unscripted points for us is second chance points. I think we had 19 second chance points. What's the difference in that running the most beautiful play in the world and somebody comes off a screen and you go, bravo, great play? There's 2 points. I mean, that's us. We're probably more of a offensive rebound, put it in for 2 than a, you know, run the greatest play ever and have everybody go crazy because you executed something. But we had 19 second chance points. We scored 8 points off their turnovers, and we were under 10 on turnovers. I knew we weren't going to turn Duke over much because they don't turn it over. I mean, they're so disciplined. Flagg got 27. Canepa made some shots, but we were really focused on those other guys. We did a great job of not allowing Proctor to turn the corner and get into paint off pin downs. He's so good at that. We stayed down on every shot fake that he had. He shot face and gets in the paint. When we ran at him, we stayed down on shot fakes. When he would come off a pin down, the guy guarding the ball would jump to the ball and make him pass it. So we did a great job on all the other guys. Kneppel, you know, he made some tough threes. Cooper Flagg, but Cooper was not going to beat us by himself. And I felt like if we could just hang in there, even when we were down 14, I think these guys will tell you what I was talking about in the huddle, was just hang in there. And I thought if we get it down to single digits, get it down to around 5. JoJo had the just boneheaded play. You know, he was so apologetic, almost in tears. I couldn't even get on him. He knew what he did wrong. That's one of those dudes, just leave him alone. He'll learn from that. But with that, it put him up 6, and then we got a rebound, go down and bang a 3. Now, once you get to 3, now there's game pressure. You know, it's a lot easier to finish the game when you're up 20. It's a lot harder when you got to finish it up 3 or up 4, even up 6. And that's why I said don't foul. It's 6 points. That's only 2 possessions. So we wanted to. I put JoJo on the ball, and we tried to deny. Encourage him to throw it long because JoJo's wingspan is 7'6½". So I thought we could take everything over the top and force him to throw it east and west, and that's where, you know, the referee was counting so slow a couple of times that that's why I told him to go check. But then when I was looking at the replay, I said it's probably only 3 as slow as he was counting, and then the. But, you know, getting J1 to the free throw line, when we lost to Duke last year in Dallas, I didn't think we lost because we lost Jamal. I thought we lost because we lost JoJo Tugler to a broken foot at the end of February, and Jamal. But the real reason was the free throw line. Javier was 2 for 7, and J1 was 3 for 8. It's a 3-point game. And so when we got to June, when our kids came to June, I gave a very impassioned talk about that. I don't know if these guys remember, but I told them, I said, we have got to change our mentality at the free throw line. And even though we only lost 4 games all year, a couple of those, the free throw line impacted 2 of those. So we had our kids make 150 free throws 7 days a week. I don't think J1 missed a day from June 2nd till we left on Wednesday. We left on Wednesday, right? So Tuesday night, I looked at what he shot from the free throw line with his 150 makes, and he shot 87%. That was his highest percentage he's ever shot. When he started this, it was at 66. So on his own, he went from 66 to 86. That wasn't the coaches. Give all the credit to him. He went to that free throw line every single day and made himself. So in that moment tonight, in the moment tonight when everybody was watching, he prepared himself when nobody was watching for that moment tonight. So God bless him. Proud of him. I told him last night at midnight I loved him. So probably almost midnight now. So just proud of these guys for what they've accomplished.
Thank you, Coach. Both locker rooms are open till 11:53. We're taking questions for the Houston student athletes. We're going to begin up front with Myron.
Juwan Roberts brought him in, hailed from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they molded him into what this program is. Tough, gritty, goes and gets a bucket, just plays tough. And he was able to hit some huge free throws. The two biggest so far in his life. Now playing for a national championship on Monday night. And, well, if Kelvin Sampson can win on Monday night, he'd be the oldest head coach to win a national championship. It's better late than never, right? And Kelvin Sampson, 799 career wins in 36 years of coaching in college. 800, he's a national champion. It's the champions from the SEC against the champions from the Big 12. Which champ will be the champ? Coming up our first look at the national championship game. You're watching CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour. Which one will cut down nets Monday night in San Antonio? Walter Clayton Jr. and L.J. Cryer, top two leading scorers in this NCAA tournament. Their teams clashing for the Natty Monday night. And this is something's got to give. Florida, 85 points per game this season. Third in Division I. Houston, allowing 58.5 points per game. First in Division I. Houston has held all 5 opponents in this tournament at least 10 points below its season average. The national championship Monday night, about 9 p.m. Eastern time on CBS. This national championship preview is presented by Belfour Property Restoration. Our cavalcade of stars from San Antonio, Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, and Tim Doyle. And Avery, we are in a similar situation here with L.J. Cryer. A chance to win a second national championship, one with Baylor in 2021. You have the experience with Houston. You know what they're able to do. You know Florida, their length, Walter Clayton Jr. When you look at these two teams, how do they stack up?
Well, when I look at these two teams, obviously Houston best defensive team in the country. And they showed it in that second half against Duke. Relentless pressure, tenacity. They rebound the basketball at a high level. And they know how to zero in eliminating three-point shooters from the game, which they did with Tyrese Proctor. But unfortunately for Houston, we talked about Duke having, some pros. I don't know how many pros Florida have, but I just know from top to bottom, their 8-man rotation is unlike anything the University of Houston have seen all year. And oh, by the way, Walter Clayton Jr., he's a guy that can really attack this Houston defense. Dribble handoffs, pick and rolls. He knows how to split the pick and rolls, isolations. They're not going to have an answer for Walter Clayton Jr. And then Elijah Martin, his backcourt mate, this guy's been to the Final Four before with Florida Atlantic. He's back again. He's the reason why they beat a tough Connecticut team that won back-to-back championships. So he's not going to be afraid of the spotlight. But the last thing is, the size and the versatility of this Florida front line can overwhelm teams, and that's one of the reasons why this is going to be a really exciting game. But this Florida team, there's no turning back.
Yeah, I think this will be a really exciting matchup because, Florida's offense is so prevalent. I think it overshadows their defense a little bit. We all know that Houston's probably the best defensive team in the country, but Florida's a top 10 defensive team in the country themselves. And I think it'll be really hard for Houston because, Florida averages 85 points and Houston, has held their opponents to 10 points less than that. If they get to 75, that'll still be a really tough challenge for Houston because, they struggle to score. And I think, like you said, with Florida's defensive length on the front line and also their guard play, I think it'll be really tough for Houston to get to 75 points. So I think it will be that race to 75 to see if Florida can get there. And I think if they get there, they'll be national champions on Monday.
You know what I love about both of these squads? They have never say die attitudes. I mean, Florida's been down in every game, and they were down at half to Auburn. And Akeem, you had a great stat when Auburn led by 5 or more points at halftime. They had not lost the game the entire year. Until now.
Yep.
Because that's Florida. They keep coming after you. And then what we saw from Houston today, you're going to remember this game for probably the rest of your television career, where you were when Cooper Flagg and Duke were up 14 points with 8 minutes left, and everyone was expecting it to be Duke and Florida in the national championship game. But I have to beg. I got to play it, Akeem, because I had Florida winning the national championship, and then I jumped ship. But I have seen the light, Gator fans, okay? I'm going to get back on the bandwagon, pick Florida in this game. Akeem, can I do that? Can I jump off and jump on? Because I'm back on again.
Here's what I'll say. You picked Florida on Selection Sunday, so I'm going to hold you to your original pick of the Gators on Selection Sunday. My pick was Houston. So now it's you against me on Monday night, Tim. Somebody's going to have a bag. I don't know if it's going to be you. I don't know if it's going to be me. It's going to be fun. This is going to be a hell of a game. I mean, I don't know if you brought your money bag with you, but I cannot wait for this game. And Avery, the coaching discrepancy, 30 years, Kelvin Sampson and Todd Golden. How do you look at that when you look at the storyline of the two head coaches?
Well, similar, in the semifinal game, Kelvin Sampson, his teams play with ton of confidence. He's got such a serious culture. These guys, they don't even have shoot-arounds. Their shoot-arounds are practices. They dive on the floor in shoot-arounds, and they really take on the personality of their coach. Coach Golden is a little bit more laid back. Obviously, he was on Bruce Pearl's staff, years ago. Two different approaches, two different communication styles. I believe Coach Golden is probably PG. We know Coach Sampson. I've been in his practices. They're a little bit R-rated. But when you look at both of these coaches, they've gotten the best and the most out of their teams, and I believe they're going to be ready to play on Monday night.
Yeah, I think, Coach Sampson is a Hall of Fame head coach. I mean, when you go 19-1 in the Big 12, you got to be doing something right. And I think that's a testament to, who he recruits. He recruits not only the best players, but players that fit his culture, because it's tough to be in that culture. Like you said, they're diving on the floor. They're, in their summer workouts, they take the rims off the hoops, and you're just playing defense all summer. And that takes a special kind of basketball player to do that all summer. And I think that's just a testament to his culture and how great of a coach he is.
Well, to win 32 games 4 straight years in a climate where it's impossible to retain players, I think speaks to Kelvin Sampson's greatness. But I do think there's something to be said about what Florida had to deal with, because they had some adversities with Todd Golden. He had some off the court issues, and that can break a team apart. And he had a bunch of transfers. Guys had to figure out roles. You look at his backcourt, whether it's Martin or Richard or Clayton, those guys were all at mid-majors. They come to Florida, and everyone really understands their role. But Hakeem, I will say this. This will be the storyline that we will be talking about on Monday. Houston, we have a problem.
And his name is Walter Clayton Jr.
Hunter, who's going to be more important to his team? Walter Clayton Jr. or L.J. Cryer?
I think it's Walter Clayton Jr. without a doubt. I mean, he's carried them the past couple games, and if we get the Walter Clayton that showed up today, it's going to be a really tough matchup for Houston. I mean, they're going against the hottest player in the country at the most important time of the season.
And just think, if Walter Clayton Jr. didn't decide to transfer to Florida, remember, he was at Iona with Coach Pitino. If he was with St. John's this year, they're probably in the Final Four because of their scoring droughts that they had in their game against Arkansas. But this kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He means so much to his team. And remember, when he crosses half court, similar to L.J. Cryer, he's within his range.
I actually can't believe, Hakeem, how fantastic he has been in this tournament. It just seems like he's turning it up a notch every game. UConn made some big shots in that game. That was a dramatic win for Florida. And you were like, whoa, he played awesome. And then he goes to Texas Tech, and he's backing up, hitting threes, and they have this dramatic comeback. It's like, no way he can play on this stage as well as he did against Texas Tech. Well, I was wrong. He played even better. He was out of this world in this game. I don't know. I called Florida, and this is why I didn't pick them against Auburn. How many times can Florida keep pressing the Walter Clayton button? They pressed it a lot. He keeps answering. I just wonder if he has a game where he goes 4 for 18, can they actually win? I don't think they can.
Walter Clayton Jr. and L.J. Cryer, the top 2 leading scorers in this tournament. Florida's won 11 in a row. Houston has won 18 in a row. Any of you picking Houston to win on Monday night? Raise your hand if you're picking Houston. Me. I'm the only one then. I'm the only one in this segment picking Houston. And here's why. Houston, we have a national champion. They're 3 hours away from home. This is a virtual home game. Get it done for Kelvin Sampson, Avery. Get it done, Cougars. You came back from down 14 against Duke with 8 minutes to play. You can take down Florida. Give me the points.
I think we need to get one of those pregame speeches again, Hakeem. I think you need to give them, in the pregame.
Yeah, we need a pregame speech.
Turn out the lights.
Yep. Hey.
The party's over Monday night.
For the love. Monday night, I'm giving a pregame speech. Monday night, I'm giving a pregame speech. I'll see you guys Monday. Appreciate you. Our cavalcade of stars: Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, Tim Doyle. Something's got to give matchup. Florida is looking to win its 3rd national championship in school history. Houston looking to win its very first. One more win for Kelvin Sampson. It's 800 for his career. Houston also trying to become the first team to win a national title in their home state since UCLA in 1975 when they won in San Diego. Monday night, we're in San Antonio on CBS. Coming up, much more reaction from the Alamo Dome. What in the sand? I still am trying to figure out how Duke lost that game. One of their last 9. Houston hitting clutch free throws, and it's pandemonium. Full highlights coming up.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Broke himself.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour, Duke had a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to play, and they lost. They lost because they hit one of their final 9 shots from the field. They went on a scoring drought that lasted 3 minutes, and they get shocked, stunned. John Shire postgame with our Tracy Wolfson.
Coach, I know this one hurts. One field goal in the final 10 minutes. What happened down the stretch that got your guys out of sorts?
Well, it's hard to process still. And, you know, I thought our guys did an incredible job the whole game. And, you know, I thought we had some good looks. Didn't finish. You have to give Houston a ton of credit. And then still, even with that, you know, we have the lead, you know, with under a minute to go. And, you know, I couldn't be more proud. I'm not about to hang our head. I mean, this is part of it. You gotta handle the wins, and you gotta handle the losses too. And in a moment like this, you know, we're this close, and you know, we felt we were the best team. The best team tonight was Houston, and hats off to them.
I see your emotions. I'm sure there are a lot of emotions in there. What did you say to them, especially a lot of those guys that won't have another opportunity?
Well, to me, it's a group that's done this differently. You know, they've come together. You know, a young team, the transfers that have come in, the guys that have come back. I feel we were one of one in terms of the way we put this thing together. And it's been a magical ride. We believed with everything we had, we were going to win a championship here. And so I feel for them because they're competitive and they're going to think about plays. I didn't help them enough. And that's where my mind goes. And I couldn't be more proud of them, though. This is part of it. This is part of it, unfortunately. And, you know, we haven't been in a lot of those games. And we've watched a lot of game situations and practiced, and that's where I wish I could have helped them more. But they played their hearts out. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and just really feel for our guys.
Tough. It's tough. 25-9, Houston outscored Duke over the final 10.5 minutes of the game. As I mentioned, Duke was 1 of 9, Houston 7 of 19, 6 offensive rebounds. Duke turned it over 5 times, and they turn over a victory to Houston. It was snatched, is what it was, by the Cougars. Cougars on to the national championship. Duke on their way home as they come up short. Cooper Flagg doing about everything he could in this game. A late foul called. You could say, that was ticky-tack. 27 points in this game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. He did everything he possibly could, but the Blue Devils come up short in San Antonio. Coming up, we will hear from Cooper Flagg and the Blue Devils as they go down at the Alamo Dome. That's next on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle. To amuse you is my only wish.
The glory is yours, not mine.
Very good. Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
This just into CBS Sports HQ. Cooper Flagg at the podium. Let's listen in.
Teammate as well. Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible season. Incredible people, incredible relationships that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. didn't end the way we wanted it to, but still an incredible year.
Questions for K2 and for Cooper. Third row.
KJ Doyle, KRGB. Cooper, can you just talk about, not obviously the very last possession, but the possession before that? You get the ball, you go into the post. Is that the shot you were looking for, or is that the look you wanted in that spot?
Yeah, I mean, it's the play. Coach drew up, took it into the paint. Thought I got my feet set, rose up, left it short, obviously, but I mean, it's a shot I'm willing to live with in the scenario. Pulling up on the rim, trust the work that I put in.
Continuing with questions for the Duke student athletes. 2 in the second row.
Hey, Cooper, obviously you guys had a 6-point lead, 47 seconds to go, and you guys have been closing out all season long. If there's anything that you could look back at now, I mean, I know it's fresh, but that you think, like, wish we could have done this different?
Just communication. I mean, I think me and Sion messed up a switch. Got to get the ball in bounds, you know, find whatever we had to do, just find a way to get the ball in bounds. But yeah, I think that was a big messed up communication play between me and Sion that led to a big 3.
Same area. Name, media outlet, and your question.
Adi Joseph, CBS Sports. Khan, can you talk about what was your thought as it was clear that Cooper was trying to, do more and more, and you guys obviously trying to support him? Was that something that really was going through your mind of, like, we need to make sure that this is a team effort, and how much do you think about that as you play with a guy like that?
I mean, yeah, it's always a team effort. Coop had the hot hand, so obviously he just won the Player of the Year, so we got to give him the ball. He's a great player, and he made a bunch of great plays tonight. It was awesome. I thought he played a phenomenal game, and I thought we could have done a couple things to help him too.
We'll go up front and to the right.
Brett Friedlander, Saturday Down South. To either player or both players, you guys scored, I believe, 9 points in the last 10.5 minutes. Was that more attributed to Houston's defense, or was that more attributed to the execution that you guys were?
We'll ask K2 first and then Cooper.
I think probably both equally. They're a really good defensive team. I didn't think we were sharp the last, what was it you said, 10.5 minutes. I didn't think we were sharp in our execution as we had been for the first 10 minutes of the second half. Obviously, we got to tip our hat to them too, as they're a really good defensive team.
Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, I think Khan said it pretty well. I have to give them a lot of credit for what they're able to do every single night that they play, and I think, like you said, I think we could have been a little more sharp down the stretch and executing some things. But end of the day, you got to give them a lot of credit as well.
Up front on the right, just up.
Final 8:17 of this game, Houston went on a 21-8 scoring run. 8 second chance points, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, including 2 huge free throws from Juwan Roberts. Really the backbone of this program he has become over the time that he has been in Houston. 3 steals. Duke made just 1 field goal in that span, and they lose the game after having a lead that was as big as 14. Cooper Flagg finished with 27 points. Needed 29 to potentially seal it. Comes up short. Juwan Roberts disrupting the shot. That's what Houston does. They disrupt you, they play defense, and they shut you down. As Duke made just 1 of its final 9 field goals in this game, and Houston completes an epic comeback, down 14 to win it and earn themselves a spot in the national championship. This Final Four recap is presented by Belfour Property Restoration. Back out to San Antonio. Welcome in my guy, CBS Sports senior writer Matt Norlander. Matt, with a front row seat to what just happened on this night in San Antonio, how would you describe what you saw in that second national semifinal? Duke had a lead that was 14 with 8 minutes to play, and they lost.
I would describe it as unlike anything I've seen on this stage. Now, while admitting this is technically the 5th largest comeback in Final Four history, Duke over Maryland is the biggest one ever, but it was the way that Duke fell apart. Obviously, this is 2 to tango. Houston cannot be killed. This is not a new development. This has been a thing that has gone on for a long, long time, okay? This program has been so good, and even in the games where it loses, it leaves the other side much bloodier than it came in. A surreal scene. Just to see this unfold, from Proctor's missed foul shot to the fact that Duke couldn't even buy a bucket for the most part in the final 8-9 minutes. That shot from Flagg. I talked to Sion James in the locker room afterward. Want that ball in that player's hand in that spot 100 times out of 100 is what he told me, and I get that. But they settle for a tough shot. Juwan Roberts has the length. You know, I spoke with Kelvin Sampson yesterday heading into this game, and the one quote that he told me that stuck with me was, Duke may be bigger than us, but Duke isn't longer than us. And you saw that happen again. It is simply phenomenal what Kelvin Sampson has done, what he has ingrained. I was talking with his daughter, Lauren. She shared with me 2 more details. She said the first text message that came through her phone when the game went final was Jamal Shed. He said, I'll be there Monday night. Shed, of course, got hurt last year in the tournament. After he got injured, Duke beat Houston in the Sweet 16. She also said she couldn't even bear to watch the end of the game, which I thought was a classic moment there. It's just an unbelievable thing. This tournament is amazing. This Final Four stage can produce such epic moments. We got 2 really good games here, Hakeem. And, you know, as the game went final, the scene around the press table, you know, Emmanuel Sharp hopping over. I was right in front of Juwan Roberts and his mother as she gave him a big kiss. I actually happened to lock eyes with Jim Nance, who was about 3 rows back, but he was in my line, and he was overjoyed. He wound up embracing Kelvin Sampson. So we can take this wherever you want to take it, but it was an epic all-time scene on both ends for Houston and the conquest and needing one more win, but for Duke, which is now statistically this Duke team is the second best team in the history of KenPom, but just like the best one, Duke of 98-99 will not win a national championship.
Cooper Flagg with 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Needed that bucket to go down late. It did not. You covered this young man all season long. You know his intentions to go to the NBA draft as the projected #1 overall pick. How will you describe, how will you chronicle his freshman year at Duke without going super long? Because you know I love what Cooper Flagg did. But we got in the effort of time here, you know what I'm talking about. Cooper Flagg had a phenomenal career. But what can you say about what he did at Duke as he comes up short?
Cooper Flagg had one of the better one-and-done college careers we've ever seen. I would rank him among the 3 or 4 best. He joins Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson, Kevin Durant as the only players to win National Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year. But Anthony Davis is the only one that got a national championship. Kevin Durant didn't get this far. Zion Williamson didn't even make the Final Four. Carmelo Anthony obviously won a national championship. He was not the National Player of the Year. A brilliant player and someone who is set up to have some incredible moments, many of them, for the next 5, 10, 12, 15 years in the NBA. He will ultimately be better for this. Obviously, he would have taken the national championship. He played incredibly well. First player in the recorded era to lead or co-lead his team in points, assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals in a Final Four game. He was tremendous. He did need 29 instead of 27. He stepped up well against an incredibly disciplined and just ever-pestering Houston defense. The Duke end of this, and I'll be quick, Hakeem. The Duke end of this is pretty astounding stuff here. John Shire in year 3, he's done a wonderful job. He had an immensely talented team with a lot of youth on it. They come up short. I talked to Kelvin Sampson at the end of the night just a few minutes ago, and he said, effectively, I'm going to paraphrase him, he said, they had the talent, we had the age, and the age won on this night. It is a bitter, bitter pill for Duke and its fans to swallow. They look like they had this game, but it is never over until it is truly over. And Houston doing it this way in vintage fashion, there really is no more poetic way of achieving a win over a team that knocked you out of the tournament a year ago than doing it the way they did. I remain astounded what I saw play out on that floor right behind me here in San Antonio on Saturday night.
It is what Houston has done all tournament long, holding all 5 of their opponents to 10 points below their season scoring average. Duke, 83 points per game. They hold them to 67. Now they're going to try to do that against Florida, who averages the same amount of points per game in Division I this season. When you look at these teams, this is a classic something's got to give, Matt.
I am going to, yeah, something is going to have to give, and Houston has not given most of the season. It's only been defeated in regulation once. Florida has been tremendous. Florida is the number 2 ranked team in offensive efficiency. Duke was number 1. And given the way that Houston just won and what it was able to prove yet again, I would lean Houston here. I know we've got all day Sunday and Monday to talk about this, but I'm going to do what Todd Golden asked me to do when literally on the court he asked me to pick against them again. I will abide by Todd Golden. I picked Houston on Selection Sunday right next to you on that desk in our Stanford headquarters. I will continue to pick the Cougars to win the national championship. I think it has an incredible chance to be an incredible game. And how about this? In a season in which Cooper Flagg and Janai Broome, for 5 months, went back and forth in an incredible National Player of the Year race. Neither of them, despite getting to the Final Four, gets the glory and opportunity to play on a Monday night. But it's the other guy who was clearly a unanimous All-American, Walter Clayton Jr., gets his shot and gets his chance at a huge moment and a big time opportunity against Houston. This could be an incredible game on Monday night. I can't wait for it. But I will lean Houston right now, Akeem, as we look forward to what should be awesome Monday night here at the Alamo Dome.
Matt Norlander, certified ball knower. I want to be saying, just like you, defense wins championships, and Houston, we have a national champion. I want to be saying those words on Monday night. All the credit goes to Florida, but I want to win my bracket, Matt. I want to win my bracket. And I also, too, look, we all want to be right. We picked them to win on Selection Sunday. So let's go Houston Cougars. Let's win a national championship in your home state. Matt will be back with us on Monday night from San Antonio, where they will be cutting down nets. That's my guy right there, getting it done. And you can hear Matt Norlander and Gary Parrish on the Ion College Basketball Podcast for a mega preview of the national championship. What you need to know going into Monday night's Natty in San Antonio. The Ion College Basketball Podcast. Download and follow today. Coming up, we are deep into the night here on CBS Sports HQ. We are rolling with you. You want to see how it all went down, relive the drama? Of course you do. That's next on CBS Sports HQ. Keep it locked.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
She knows, and I know she knows.
Oh, greetings, neighbor.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Well, not exactly the warm welcome I'd get down at Augusta National. I'm just here to enjoy the Masters with you.
Oh, did you see that?
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle. To amuse you is my only wish.
The glory is yours, not mine.
Very good. Gladiator 2, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hey everybody, I'm Lonnie Quinn, and we are hoping that the weather at Augusta National is every bit as warm as the greeting that every patron receives at the Masters.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What are you seeing here that I'm not, Elsbeth?
Oh, nothing. I'm just imagining my little piece of heaven on earth. Augusta National at the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I was just thinking, guys, it's about the time of year when visions of azaleas, green jackets just start dancing in my head.
Gail, is your head okay?
Yeah, most of the time.
She's talking about those warm greetings from the Masters, Tony. The Masters. Of course, of course.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
himself.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner at Augusta National. Go!
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Three, two, one, let's go.
Ashley, did you know We Need to Talk is going into its 10th season, and we are bringing a digital show every single week.
So we're going to highlight women in sports, whether you're playing, whether you're commentating, whether you're working behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to us having the platform to lead the charge in that.
I'm so excited to talk with you every single week on We Need to Talk now.
Because everyone's in for a treat. It's going to be fun.
When you need your sports news all the time,
We've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.
The world of sports never sleeps, and neither do we. Welcome to CBS Sports HQ Morning Buzz, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can catch up on the latest storylines and highlights with expert analysis to get you dialed in. So grab your coffee and kickstart your day off right with Morning Buzz only on CBS Sports HQ.
There are some things in life that you can't quite explain.
An extraordinary story.
Maybe it sounds flawless, looks effortless, or makes you feel like a part of history.
The first ever goal for BFC.
And when all of those phenomenons come together, it's perfect. Pitch perfect.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Ashley, did you know We Need to Talk is going into its 10th season, and we are bringing a digital show every single week.
So we're going to highlight women in sports, whether you're playing, whether you're commentating, whether you're working behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to us having the platform to lead the charge in that.
I'm so excited to talk with you every single week on We Need to Talk now.
Because everyone's in for a treat. It's going to be fun.
Get ready.
Wait a second. I thought we were going tubing.
All 3 Sonic the Hedgehog movies and Knuckles are now streaming on Paramount Plus.
And everyone loves it.
Every adventure,
Just try to keep up.
every face-off,
This ends now.
and every moment that will have you saying,
Where have you been? My entire life!
It's showtime.
all 3 Sonic the Hedgehog movies and the entire Sonic universe are now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Critics are buzzing about the new season of Yellow Jackets.
This is not healthy.
Yellow Jackets' new season now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
What's he like? The happy-faced killer?
You mean my dad? Be glad you never have to know.
You think that you're so much better than me. You're just like your old man.
I'm not like you at all. I wasn't ready to die.
The wait is over.
I need to know what happened.
Discover the mystery everyone's been talking about. School Spirits. Every episode of all seasons now streaming on Paramount Plus. The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
To amuse you is my only wish. The glory is yours, not mine. Very good.
Gladiator 2, rated R. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
7th heaven for Houston. The Duke Blue Devils come out of the East. The Gators are going to the Final Four. The storybook season continues.
Florida
Auburn, Houston, Duke. The Final Four. Tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Hello and welcome to a fresh hour of CBS Sports HQ. I'm Hakeem Dermish. What just happened? We're about to tell you. 4 1s in the Final Four for just the second time in NCAA Tournament history. Only 2 remain. Florida rallies, and so does Houston. An epic comeback by the Cougars. Here's how it went down. And this game was bonkers. Cooper, Flagg, and the Blue Devils in the Final Four for the first time under John Shire. Coach K looking on from the bleachers instead of the bench. Houston 1 win away from its first national title game appearance since 1984. Here we go. Mid-first half, Cooper Flagg, National Player of the Year, driving and dunking up 4. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first. Flagg, no. Battle for the loose ball. Flagg gets it back. Up and in, circus shot. 8 points in the first half for Flagg. Also in the first half, Houston, we have some problems. Cougars just 9 of 29 from the field with 6 turnovers. Houston trailing this tournament, first 4 games combined, 7 minutes and 46 seconds. First half against Duke, 15 minutes and 14 seconds. Down 6 at the break. Fortunate to only be down by 6. Early second, Flagg, defender, through contact. Up 8 after the free throw, flexing on him. Minute later, Tyrese Proctor dribbles into traffic, finds Flagg for 3, buries it. Duke up by 9. Later in the second, Flagg, low block, up and in. Duke by 13. Blue Devils 79-0 under John Shire when leading by 10 points at any point in a game. 8 to go. Houston down 14, largest deficit of the season. LJ Cryer for 3. Got it. Down 11. Just over 5 minutes to go. Inbound to Emmanuel Sharp. Misses, but JoJo Tugler on the putback. It's a 4-point game. Caps a 10-0 Cougars run. Just over 3 minutes to go. Duke up 6. Malik Brown. Fed. Out to Flagg. Catch, shoot 3. Knock it down. Up 9. Their first made field goal in over 7 minutes. Minute later, Tugler. Blocked by Flagg. He had 3 of them in the game. Duke up 9, 2 minutes to go. Flagg 27 points, doing it all. Houston down 6, less than a minute to go. This one seems over, right? Not so fast. 40 seconds to go. Cougars down 6. Sharp for 3. Got it! Scored the last 9 points for Houston. They're rallying. Just over 30 seconds to play. Houston still down 3. Sion James turns it over. Malik Wilson for 3. Tugler on the putback. Oh, baby. Houston down 1, 25 seconds to go. Not out of it yet. Fouls Tyrese Proctor, 20 seconds to go. 50% from the line this tournament. Front end of the 1-and-1. No! Flagg reaching for the board. He's called for the foul. What? What? Houston in the bonus. Big man Juwan Roberts to the line. 62.5% from the line this season. First free throw. Buries it. Tied at 67. Second free throw. For the lead! That's 7 points in 15 seconds for Houston. Get out your seat. Duke talking it over. With the ball, a chance to win it. 17 seconds. Down 1. Inbound to Con Knipple. Into the hands of Flagg. Flagg for the go-ahead bucket. Defended by Juwan Roberts. Disrupts it. He misses it. Now after fouling Cryer, who makes both free throws, he had 26. Duke down by 3 with 3.7 seconds to go. Sion James, the inbounder. Heave. Proctor. Proctor. Answer the prayer. And the Cougars complete the comeback. Houston, we have a national title game appearance. Down 14 to win it. 70-67. That's 18 straight wins for Houston. Advancing to the national championship for the first time since 1984. How the heck did Houston win this game? Well, they ended the game on a 9-0 run in the final 33 seconds. And Duke did not. One field goal over the final 10.5 minutes of the game. They were 1 for their last 9. Duke goes down in the Alamo Dome.
Hey, Coach, Evan Miyakawa from evanmia.com. All year, you guys have been known for these scoring runs and putting opponents away. You guys were up 14 tonight, and then it was Houston who had that big 10-0 run to kind of change the game. They outscored you guys 25-8 down the stretch, kind of starting with that. Were you worried about Houston going on a run like that, and how do you think that sort of changed the game?
Well, Houston's a team that doesn't quit. I mean, they're never going to stop. And so my messaging throughout the whole way with the team was understand this team doesn't go away. So no lead is safe with them. We can talk about not scoring down the stretch, but for me, it's our defense. We give up 42 points in the second half. That's what carried us in the first half. I thought the last segment to close the half was big. We gave them 4 threes. And then some uncharacteristic plays we probably made. And they hit some really tough shots. So for me, I as I reflect in the moment, I look at our defense. And that was disappointing because even if we're not scoring, usually we get stops to get separation.
Coach, we're going to the right side next, halfway up the aisle.
I'm
Hand up.
hearing myself. I don't know if it's something.
Aaron, can we turn the monitor up so we can hear a little bit better?
No, I'm hearing myself when I talk. I don't know if that's something right over here. I'm hearing myself talk. I don't know if it's
just a tiny
right.
through the Zoom.
Mike Miller, Field of 68 Daily. As you process this, what will you do over the next weeks, months to think about it, reflect? Who will you talk to? Who will you kind of reflect upon this with? Because you're going to be here in the future. You're going to have these kind of scenarios come up again. What will your process be to analyze this as you go forward?
I'm not there yet, to be honest. You know, I'm heartbroken for a team that did everything for 38 minutes or 39 minutes and came up short. Obviously, as a coach, I'm reflecting right now what else I could have said or done, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I could have done to help our guys, you know, at the end there. That's the thing that kills me the most. The amount of game situations we've watched this year. You know, we haven't had the real life experience all the time, but that's something I really felt we prepared for, and so I feel like I let our guys down in that regard. But I'll cross that bridge, you know, the next couple days. Right now, I'm just hurting for our guys and want to be there for them.
Coach, we'll go on the left side to the right of the aisle. Seth.
Coach, Seth Davis, Hoops HQ. I'm sure it was a tough locker room after the game. I'm sure it was emotional. What can you share with us about what you said, how you handled that situation?
Well, the first thing is I told them I'm sorry, you know, because we truly believe that we were going to be playing Monday night and we're capable of doing that. You know, the thing I loved about this group, they had a purity to them. You know, they've done this. We've done this thing differently, and being young, to be this successful, part of them doesn't know any better, which is great. And then also, like, these are the things that experience gives you when you go through these moments. And so, unfortunately, it comes with the tournament. It's the most heartbreaking thing. But I just try to explain to them, like, what they've done for Duke, our program, our university. It's been one of the best seasons ever. And obviously, we came up short of winning the whole thing, which is what we wanted to do. But 35 wins, how hard these guys played, how together they played. I just thank them all. Like, I couldn't be more grateful in 2025 to have this connected of a group. It's hard to do.
Same area, one row.
John Shire will have plenty of more chances. Third season as a head coach. He was trying to do something that nobody's ever done, and he still's got plenty of time to still accomplish that. He's 37 years old. Chance to be the first person to win a national championship as a player and a coach at the same school. And the inexperience down the stretch, unfortunately, reared its ugly head for the Blue Devils. As you take a look at the final 8:17 of this game, Houston 21-8 8 of those points, second chance points, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 3 steals. Duke made just 1 field goal in that span. They choked it away. That's the simplest way to say it. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. They'll get another chance next season. Perhaps they need to face some stiffer competition in non-conference play, or the ACC's got to get its NIL up, and they got to get more competitive. Without going into a diatribe, Duke got to figure it out, but they got the resources to do it, and they got one of the best head coaches in Division I with John Shire, but they come up short on this night in San Antonio. Oh, snap. The Gators come back. How Florida rallies to beat Auburn as Walter Clayton Jr. clutch once again. That's next on CBS Sports HQ.
What do you think we're going to uncover out there?
With some luck, maybe a green jacket as sharp as the one you get when you win the Masters.
It's a tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The only thing harder than the next challenge at hand is getting through Amen Corner.